Well, there does seem to be a degree of panic in the Conservative ranks at these migration figures that are going to be released next week. It looks like net migration, the Conservative government choosing to actually increase it to between 700,000 and 1 million net. And of course, you've got some Tory MPs now talking about the unbearable strain of such record numbers and calling for the government to get numbers down. Now, of course, some have convinced themselves and are totally delusional in my view that voters aren't bothered about levels of legal net migration. In fact, the latest YouGov polling on this, and I'll keep highlighting it because others just choose to completely ignore it, shows that 57% of the country overall says immigration has been too high, and that rises to a remarkable 84% of Leavers and Conservative voters. So a near total consensus from Conservative voters and Leave voters that immigration has been too high, but the government choosing to increase it to record high levels. And just to show you, when we hear about a housing crisis and all the rest of it, and of course you get mainstream media totally ignoring the demand side, the huge surge in demand driven by a rapid increase in population in this country. Well, let's just look at the facts. That over 10 years, in a decade between 2011 and 2021, the population of England increased by 6.5%. So you're talking about 3.5 million population growth in 10 years. And 57.5% of this, and this is all from the Office for National Statistics, 57.5% of this, of that total population increase, is because of positive net migration into England and Wales. So the majority of it is because of net migration. And so no wonder then you've got increasing speculation with the Conservatives having gone from pledging to bring net migration down to the tens of thousands to now choosing to increase it to new record highs. People talking about a potential return of Nigel Farage. That the next week these figures that you'll see announced could have an immediate direct impact on the polls, and that if Nigel Farage was leader of Reform UK or created a new political vehicle focused on campaigning on bringing levels of migration down, you could see, according to James Franey there in his Telegraph piece, that party getting to 25 points in the polls pretty quickly. As I said, speculation about a Nigel Farage frontline politics return increasing. He was actually asked about this directly on the BBC recently. Watch this and let me know, firstly, what you make of these record high numbers we're expecting next week, and do you want to see Nigel Farage return to frontline politics?
I mean, what Brexit's proved, I'm afraid, is that our politicians are about as useless as the commissioners in Brussels were. We've mismanaged this totally. And if you look at simple things such as takeovers, such as corporation tax, we are driving business away from our country. Arguably, now we're back in control, we're regulating our own businesses even more than they were as EU members. Brexit has failed.
For you then?
Well, I wouldn't rule it out. It's not top of my bucket list, but frankly, we've not delivered on borders, we've not delivered on Brexit. The Tories have let us down very, very badly.